Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekah HaKodash, double honor to the elders and the apostles of the great Muslim who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekah HaKodash. Now let's get into the video here and bring us some scriptures. You see the title.
Rick, what was the big takeaway today?
Yeah, Susan, residents of the city will see a major change in the way police respond. They will no longer respond to calls that aren't considered in-progress emergency. That means calls like criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and most burglary alarms will all be handled by an enhanced telephone reporting unit. That means residents will file a police report over the phone. Officers will not respond unless it's an emergency. Also, between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., there will be no officers at any of the 6 stations throughout the city. Call boxes that link directly to 911 have been installed for people to use in case of an emergency. And during the overnight shift, there will be as few as 20 officers to cover the entire city. The chief said today the data supports that.
Yes, it's enough to cover the entire city in those hours when we have 8% of the time people are calling. I'm confident in the decisions that we make that it impacts this bureau and the city in a much better way than we have in the past.
Now, the chief also acknowledging today that some of these changes are due to staffing shortages. He's down to 740 officers, well below the 850 they would like to have. Now, coming up new at 5, residents, city council, and the police union all weighing in on these big changes that begin Monday. Live in the studio, Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.
Rick, what was the big takeaway today?
Yeah, Susan, residents of the city will see a major change in the way police respond. They will no longer respond to calls that aren't considered in-progress emergency. That means calls like criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and most burglary alarms will all be handled by an enhanced telephone reporting unit. That means residents theft, harassment, and most.
All right, no more 911s, no more calling the police for help, no more of these things coming. All right, no more. We as the prophets of the Lord, we have been sighing and crying for long now, telling all you, warning all you what is there to come. We made videos on these things already. All right, that this purge is coming. This purge system is coming. All right, to bring chaos. What Klaus Schwab spoke about. He talked about we must prepare ourselves for angry world. That's what he say. All right, I think he said that in is either 2020 or 2021. He said that. All right, you must prepare yourself for angry world. Because why does he said that? Because they know what they are doing. If you take for instance, look at Haiti right now. All right, Haiti is you can't even go in Haiti. You're not even safe to walk the streets in Haiti. All right, it's not safe. You can't even cross the road without some bullet or something hitting you, with somebody running behind you to bleed you up, without somebody trying to burn you, without people getting burned alive, without people getting sliced up, without people getting eaten, cannibalism. All these things taking place right now in Haiti. And it's soon to come in Babylon the Great, which we know it's going to be even 10 times worse, because all these different plagues and all these different scenarios you're seeing taking place on the earth today. All right, different parts of the world. It's just the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai giving all the previews of everything that is happening. Every country getting some sort of scenario. But Babylon the Great is going to get all at the same time. Alright? the whole of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is going to feel that time. When that time reach, Jacob trouble. Alright? So we don't be preaching these things because we just feel to talk. Alright? A matter of fact, I mentioned purge. Let's go in and see what purge mean.
Purge.
Purge. Alright? And this is what the elites are planning for the longest while to do. Alright? It says, number one, rid someone or something of an unwanted quality, condition, or feeling. The second one, remove a group of people considered. Alright? So this is what they want to do. This is what these elites want to do. They want to remove, they want to purge out this whole entire place. To bring the what? The new world order, the new system. Alright? That so-called new God that they want everybody to basically commit to. Alright? Which is what? AI, which is going into the RFID total chip. Alright? For you to be able to buy or sell in order for you to participate in this world. This is what they want. It's the book of Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Alright? It is in the power of their hands for them to bring across this purge, this whole purge system. Alright? Because it's happening all around the world. Alright? I saw an article today. I think it was about 6 days ago it happened. Let's bear with my Baba Kusha. Alright, so this one here is 6 days ago. It says here, Police Scotland will not investigate every crime. Alright, when you read down here, Police Scotland will no longer investigate every low-level crime after the success of a pilot scheme, whatever. Alright, this just showing you that all these different officers and whatnot in around the world, alright, they heading on the same direction. And who controlling them? Esau Edom. Alright, or they will say the government, but who controlling the government? Alright, so all these things is already planned. This is already planned to bring forth this whole new order. Alright, which you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, or they seem to not understand, or they seem not to give a fuck what the hell is happening. Alright, but we preaching this word and telling all you to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because that's the only way you will be able to be saved. That's the only way you will be able to seek some sort of cover from these evil days. Alright, so I just wanted to bring out this article here just to show you that it's not just America, but it's all around the world taking place. Alright, it says here, a report says the new approach to certain reported offense would, where there is no CCTV or witness, should be rolled across Scotland. Alright, so the same tactic them doing, the same tactic Babylon the Great doing, aka America, the same tactic that your country that you're living in right now is going to be doing also. Alright, and basically Babylon the Great, alright, they they want, they basically not coming on, how to get the article again, select here. They're not coming to bring
Burglary
forth,
alarms.
they're not coming to assist in any of these low crimes or any crime at all around at a particular time. Alright? I think from 3 in the morning till 7 in the morning, something like that, you know. And this is just it. Alright? This is just to cause more chaos. Alright? They want more chaos in order for people to submit to their wickedness. Alright?
Will all be handled by an enhanced telephone in progress.
Takeaway today.
Yeah, Susan.
Rick, what was the big takeaway today?
Yeah, Susan. Residents of the city will see a major change in the way police respond. They will no longer respond to calls that aren't considered in progress emergency.
All right, so not in progress emergencies, you know. So let's see what it is.
That means calls like criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and most burglary.
So burglars, they basically putting out an update right now for these burglars, you know, these people who harass you so-called women out there, you know, that you know that is either be living alone or claiming that, you know, I don't need a man and all this bullshit, and you know, and then talking about somebody harassing you and somebody stalking you and whatnot, all those different kind of phone calls, you know, your baby daddy knocking on your door because why he whatever reason, you don't know how all it is be. All right, the next man harassing all you and whatever the case may be, all these different calls, these people are not going to be responding to all the calls anymore. Alright, so all they're going to see when shit really hit the fan now, how they're going to react, you know. So all they don't need a man, or they independent, but then guess what, all they have to defend on all themselves now. Alright, same thing as these other men out there. Alright, who feminine, who real feminine. Alright,
Alarms will all be handled by an enhanced telephone reporting unit. That means residents will harassment and most burglary alarms in progress emergency. That means calls like criminal mischief, theft, harassment.
all right, so criminal mischief, theft, and all these things, you know, these small stuff, all these things is crime, but they're looking at it as what? Petty crime. They're not looking at it as something that you lose your life or whatever the case may be. And although these things, you could also lose your life in it, but guess what, these devils and them don't care, because this is just to push their agenda. So no matter what happens, they are not going to respond to you. Alright, they are not going to respond to you. So you don't know what is going to take place. You don't see what's happening. You don't see the immigrants is coming over. Alright, and mind you, these immigrants and them, these that coming from these northern kingdom, that is coming from Venezuela or whatever other country they was at before, and they moving over to Babylon the Great right now. Let me tell you something, these people on a different level. Them are on a different level. Alright, when it comes to crime, they are on a different level. Babylon the Great ain't ready for them. Alright, and that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has these individuals going over there also to cause chaos. Alright, for Esau, and Esau Edom is the one who actually causing these things to happen. Alright, he is the one who causing these things to happen.
And most burglary alarms will all be handled by an enhanced telephone reporting unit. That means residents will file a police report over the phone. Officers will not respond unless it's an emergency. Also, between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., there will be no officers at any of the 6 stations throughout the city.
All right, so you see that between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. All right.
Officers at any of the 6 stations between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m.
All right, between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. it has no officers going to be around. So basically, you're putting out a bulletin to let these wicked jakes and wicked people out there to come out around these hours and torment people, you know, to rob, steal, do all these different things, because it ain't gonna have nobody to come and to save you. And then you had to look back at the time that they passed the bill for people to be able to hold firearms. Alright, so what you think going to happen if everybody walking around with firearms on the waist and nobody has a police officer coming to basically attend to them, to save them out of the situation? That person have a firearm, so that person going to do what? Alright, so you don't see where all these things is heading. Let's get the book of Amos 3 and verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord has not done it? You see, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the only one who's bringing forth these different plagues and these different scenarios, and he's using the wicked to bring across these things. That wicked is who? Esau Edom, which is the sword. Alright? It is the sword. He's bringing across all these bad times. All these bad times he's bringing across. The Lord said what here? Verse 7. Surely the Lord's power will do nothing but reveal his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Alright? We've been sighing and crying and letting all you know what happening, what coming, what playing off, but yet still people out here don't want to listen. Alright? People don't want to hear the word. Or they look at us like, you know, we are madmen on the street. You know? We don't know nothing. We's bums. All kind of things all they want to call us. But at the end, all these things is going to happen. Alright? Do it tarry, as the scriptures say. Do it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So some are thinking that these times will never come. Guess what? It's coming now. So what are they going to do now? Alright? What are they going to do now? Run back to all the gods? All the gods can't save all you. Let's get the book of Ezekiel 2 and 5. It says, and they whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. So Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics and Native American Indians, they are a rebellious house in this time. Alright, they refuse to follow the law, statutes and commandments to the best of their ability. They rather follow Esau Edom. Alright, and all these different things that these devils are coming along with. All these different things that these devils are coming along with. These jakes and them out here is always going to run back to them for help, because what this devil is doing is bringing a problem, and then he's going to bring a solution. Alright, same way how he's doing it in Haiti. Then they will come with a solution. You says here, Ezekiel 2 and 5, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them. So in that time when it is all hell break loose, and all they can see all the way, and the whole world, like Haiti right now, everybody running helter-skelter, or they will be like, hey, you know, these men that was on the highways and high edges preaching, you know, they was right. Or they will come looking for the men of the Lord, but all they wouldn't find them. All they wouldn't find them. The day of Jacob's trouble is at hand. And the Lord put us as watchmen. He put all of us as watchmen, the men of the Lord, to sigh and cry, and to warn all you from what is there to come. Let me jump to Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. Verse 17, it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Alright, the house of Israel is so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Not everybody, not the whole world. Alright, not the whole world. The house of Israel. Alright. It says here, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. And how we hear that word? We hear that word from the Rakak Kodash, the Holy Spirit. Is what preaching is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is who's preaching, who's actually speaking through the men of the Lord and warning all and telling all what is there to come. Alright? But whether all they hear or forbear, you know, who knows, is what side all they on. Alright? If all they want to run down to Egypt for help, you know, if all they rather listen to us, or they rather listen to these other people, these Edomites, alright? Or they rather listen to Esau. Out of Esau's mouth, these things is coming out. But all they will hear us, or they will look at us and say, no, these fellas is bums. You know, or they rather listen to these other people who have status and whatnot. Alright? Let's get the book of Ecclesiasticus 13 and 23. It says, I'm going to highlight it here for you. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man hold his tongue. Alright, so when these elites, when these other government people, you know, these celebrities and whatnot, talk, when they tell all of these things, all they making sure and have an attentive ear to listen to them. But when we as the men of the Lord speak, what it is all it is do. Let me continue reading. I'll read it over. Ecclesiasticus 13 and 23. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look, what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, which is the men of the Lord, which we don't have no money, we ain't no rich people, you know, we have normal daily day-to-day job making little scrums meat. Alright, it says here, but if the poor man speaketh, if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Alright? Sometimes when we speaking, you know, we might stutter, we might We might go a little off sometime with certain things. We don't know every single thing. You know, we're not perfect. We don't know everything. We all still learning. But we know enough to preach this word, alright? And to warn all you from what is there to come. So when we speak this kind of way and whatnot, or they look at us like, you know, what fellow is this? You know, who's he? He don't know what it is he's saying. And these are the kind of things, or this is the way how these people think. Alright? But at the end of the day, all they always want to run back to Egypt for help. Alright? All they always want to do that. Let's get that in the book of Isaiah 31 and 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Alright? Babylon the Great. Alright? Or they rather run to all the same people who oppressing all you, who have all in this state right now, who have all you running helter skelter. Or they rather run to them. They are the same people who bring in all these evil on the earth, all these bad times. But yet still they don't want to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It says here, Isaiah 31 and 1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots. You know, they trust in their militaries, they trust in their armies, they trust in the system that these elites and, you know, your governments and them carrying. But guess what? What your government and all these things doing? They're showing that you can't even call the police anymore. You can't do any of these things anymore. Alright? And this coming from nation to different cities, to next city, to your doorstep, to the movies, to wherever the hell wherever they are, they want to bring it. It is coming. Alright? It is coming. So just now you would not be able to pick up your phone and call the police officer who you always used to call before to come and save you out of a situation. Now you're on your own. Alright? Now you are on your own. So what it is you're going to do now? You're going to get a firearm to protect yourself. You're going to get some sort of blade. At the end of the day, man's going is of the Lord. So whatever choice you make, is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the one who's guiding you in that direction, to either get your destruction or to seek the men of the Lord and get saved, get your salvation. Alright? Let's get back to this here. It says here, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. Alright, but these people are not strong anymore. Alright? Egypt is against Egypt. You see plenty rumors of wars, you see plenty wars taking place. You see civil war is going to kick off just now. Right? All these things is taking place. All these things is coming. All these things is prophecy. Because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So all they don't seek the Lord. So therefore, guess what? Woe unto all you mean destruction unto all you. Alright? You see how the people in Haiti getting on right now? Are they going to be like that just now? Very soon. Very, very soon. Let me see if I can bring one more script here and close it off. Here we're going back in the book of Ezekiel 7 and 14. It says, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. You see that? All these things is going to come. So when civil war take place, Jacob trouble taking place, and all these things coming down with great wrath, all these things happening day by day. You can't even sleep. You can't even rest your head. If you run left, you had to go back right. If you run right, you had to go back left, because nowhere is safe. Alright? And that is going to happen to who? The ungodly. Because it's only the men of the Lord, it's only the elect of Israel. Alright? Starting with the 144,000 who elect men, and the rest are the 1/3 of Israel. It's only them is going to be able to eat and drink. You know? Why? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to preserve them and save them out of that commerce that is going to come. Alright? It's going to have little afflictions, yes, but the more nitty-gritty ones is going to be to the ungodly. Alright? Thus said the Lord. Now it says here, verse 15, I'll read it over again. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valley, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. Alright? So you're going to remember all the shit you did. You know, you're going to remember all these things that happening to you. Alright? Let me jump down to verse 25. Alright, so you're going to remember all the iniquity, all the shit that you did. You know, you'll remember that the prophets of the Lord, that they've been among you, you didn't listen. Alright? But destruction unto all you. Destruction unto all you. This is the book of Ezekiel 7 and 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. You see that? You're going to seek peace, and there shall be none. So you go ahead and continue being in all this folly that you're in. Continue seeking other gods. Continue praying to Jesus Christ. Think Jesus Christ is going to save you. You understand? That wicked devil that Esau Edom bring across for you to worship. Alright? The Lord never gave us other gods to worship. He never gave us holidays. He gave us holy days. It's only Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the one that we are to worship. Let's get one more scripture and close it off. It's the book of Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. It says, the prophets that has been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Alright, so what do you think we doing today? Alright, what do you think we're doing today? We prophesying. Prophecy, what we doing? We prophesying. We saying before what is going to happen. We telling all you what these devils and them doing. We telling you what it is these devils and them trying to bring across. Verse 9 it says, the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent him. Alright? So we seeing all these things taking place. We seeing a lot of pestilence, we seeing evil, we seeing wars, we seeing countries waking up and fighting against each other and whatnot and all these different things. You're seeing all these things taking place. All these things are written in the scriptures. Alright? But yet still Israel don't want to obtain this knowledge. Alright? That's why all are going to get destroyed for lack of knowledge. And I will end it there. Shalom.